Hello, Rushville. My name is Ike Sheehan, and I am here with City Manager Brian Sheehan and Mayor Mike Pavey, and we're going to answer some questions that you and I both probably have about the community. And so the first one is going to be for Brian, and your question is, what information can you give us about the farmers market here in Rushville on Main Street?
We have no information to give you today. Okay, I'm kidding.
All right.
We actually have some exciting news downtown, and that is the farmers market has started. We've been talking about it for a while, and we finally have construction going on. People ask, we've had lots of different questions. The first one is, what's going on down there? And, there are two buildings that are going up. They serve multiple purposes. The first thing a lot of people don't think about is we wanted who was it? Ogle, McGuire, and Shook. They originally worked with us and wanted to design a concept. Two buildings had fallen down or been torn down, so we had a big open space. Those buildings are supposed to help fill that void and continue the corridor feel of downtown Rushville. On the front of it, it will say Farmers Market. So right now people are saying, why would you build two buildings where you can't see the market? But they'll say Farmers Market. They'll be branded that. You'll be able to go through that and into a farmer's market on the weekend or whenever they decide to do those. It'll be parking during the rest of the week, and then it'll be an event center that hopefully people will want to use for different festivals. That we'll use it for Christmas on Main. But some kids got together and said, hey, we want to have a dance. Can we do it at the farmer's market area? That absolutely would be something that we could do down the road.
What is going to be in the buildings?
In the buildings, we'll just provide restroom and storage for that space. So if you are using that as an event, they'll be able to utilize the restrooms there, which we didn't really have that anywhere downtown before this. And then the storage will mainly be for the farmers market. I think that's safe to say.
So next thing that we'll move on to, Mayor Mike Pavey.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the Princess Theater? Maybe give us a date or an approximation on when it will open, if you have any information.
Yeah, I can tell you that we did separate from the architect we were using early on. We've gone with a different system, which is called design build, to hopefully speed up the process because it's been a pretty slow process. So date-wise, our first target is we need to get it ADA accessible and an elevator in it by this fall. So that will be the first thing. And then at that point, they'll start working on the remainder of the building, which is Wolf Theater, Ivy Tech, and the City Center. So pretty flexible on dates. Right now, we're just worrying about dates for the first phase of it. So at a later date, I'll hopefully be able to give you better dates on the completion of construction. But right now, we're just targeting that first phase.
And is it still looking like it's going to be just one theater that you'll show movies in one at a time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It will be a one theater situation where it will be able to show different movies at different times, but in the one theater.
So you could potentially go see a movie at 6 o'clock and see a different movie at 8 through technology. But my son and his class have been asking me, as they'd like to do more than bowl. Nothing against bowling, but
in Rushville,
you're able to add something, and I've told him that hopefully he's an incoming freshman, that by his sophomore year they'd be up and running, and might be before then, but just to give some of the students an idea of who might be affected. Hopefully you'll be coming back with your prospective bride and want to show Rushville off and come to the movie.
Okay. And I understand that the Princess Theater is a Stellar project.
It is what we call a complementary project to Stellar, so it's something we were already planning on doing. And then Stellar has some very specific projects laid out. There's 7 or 8 of them, and some of the ones that are probably the highest profile and that will happen the earliest is the Durbin Hotel will be senior housing. So that, I think, is a total there, and the Old Boys and Girls Club, which you wouldn't probably even know what that building is. It was the theater area.
Had the faces on it.
Yep, had the faces on it. Those two buildings will be housing downtown, and really what we're trying to do is the more people you get downtown, the more life you have into the town, the downtown area. Hopefully the more we'll have the capability to bring further entertainment, eating, that type of stuff downtown.
So what exactly is Stellar? And how do people just get involved with Stellar? How can people help?
At this point, a lot of I guess the things that the public could do, I mean, they were huge in the input to create the projects that we submitted, but they'll be instrumental as we start going through the design phase. So people won't see things popping up all around town probably this next year that are stellar, but behind the scenes will be a lot of work, and then once we get things close, we'll bring them, like one of the projects is a gateway to Riverside Park. So we'll probably get with designers and get something close, and then come out and be able to ask the public, you know, what do you think of these concepts? And that's a splash pad, which I know you would enjoy. I think you'd like splashing.
I think you would like it more than I would.
I would very much enjoy splashing. But there's that. There's some art components that we would do there. There's trail, fitness tie-in, and really just improving the parks in general. And one of the things that we're hearing, and maybe you can back us up on this, is those are things that millennials, which you might be, I don't know where millennial starts and ends, but those are the kind of things people look for as a young family. It's also the things that baby boomers look for in retirement age, to be able to go out and maybe go enjoy you know, that park with their grandkids. For a young family, it gives us something to do other than, you know, we have the pool, but a splash pad is a different environment. You can do that longer because it doesn't require lifeguards. So Stellar, there will be a number of things coming out. The first things are not real flashy. There's an owner-occupied housing program. There are facade programs we're doing downtown. You've probably already seen. Have you seen the big exciting news downtown?
No.
What? They took the front of one of the buildings off, and there's an old facade there that had an old business name there. So all the old fogies like us are really excited to see that. But we are going to do everything we can to continue to up the ante for kids' entertainment. What can we do to engage the kids of our community? And I'm talking from high school to just, you know, college, even down to the younger ages. And a lot of the Stellar projects will focus on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, while we have a captive audience here and they're already watching, Mayor Mike Pavey, I'm going to give it to you for any subjects that you would like to bring up, because I know that this guy already gets a lot of fame for Facebook. So I'll kind of level the playing field here.
Oh, wow. Shoot.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Rushville watching?
Yeah, this is where you look into one of the cameras.
Yeah,
Just go ahead
and I'm supposed to be looking at that one right there. Let me see. Help me out here. Is there anything? What are we working on that?
I would say when people think Stellar's going on, the one of the things I got hired on for was the special projects, and we have about probably 20 legitimate special projects. I'm kind of the mouthpiece that goes out and tells and shares what's going on. I'll readily admit that Mike is usually the one, the vision of trying to figure out how we do that, looking for funding. So if at times he seems a bit boring on camera, he's really pretty exciting in a boardroom where you're trying to figure out what the heck we're going to do.
He's the visionary.
But yeah, I think that's the big thing he
So
has brought.
what is something we're working on that isn't Stellar that we haven't talked about?
Let's see.
I just need your idea.
We have Princess. We have the farmers market. We've got trail project. We got community crossing, which isn't all that exciting for you guys, but we're going to have 80% of the roads and streets that are going to be either fixed, repaired, resurfaced this summer. So
Okay.
that'll be a nice thing that people will see and be able to. Let's see. Anything else? We have plenty. I have a cheat sheet in the car, but it's out in the car with my McDonald's high C drink.
We do have, believe it or not, we have a wall that has the top 10 things we're working on, just because we'll get to working on something and we'll go, oh shoot, we forgot about. And so we kind of remind ourselves all the time that there are 10 projects. Obviously, 9 of them aren't Stellar.
7 of them are Stellar. Princess Theater housing might be something.
Is
we're
Brian's
talking about.
ego somewhere in there, or?
Brian's ego kind of really floats above everything.
Okay.
I get to use that when I do my Facebook Live updates.
Oh,
so
that's
keep
right.
an eye out for
Yeah.
that. The last one, I can't repeat the name.
So keep an eye out for that. I want to thank you guys for coming in today.
Thank you.
We very, very much appreciate that. And so with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and maybe join us next time. Thank you.